in the 19th and into much of the 20th century, right, the circus and its allied entertainments really defined American popular culture, right? And that story, or at least chapters of that story, are homegrown and come out of Bloomington Normal. So I think it's really important that this community both commemorates and then continues to remember this important heritage, which goes back all the way to the 1870s and the Green brothers, right, practicing in their family barn in South Bloomington, becoming the Levan brothers or the brothers Levan or even the Flying Levan brothers, and having a well-regarded career. And then the other acts that followed, right? The Consellos, the Valentines, the Lamars, and of course the Wards as well. So it's a heritage I think this community needs to embrace and can embrace, and especially in the downtown area. And I think the location at the old YMCA, which is now regrettably a parking lot, is very appropriate, because at this location you had kind of a meeting ground of veteran circus aerialists and trapeze artists who were wintering here, right, during the colder months of the year. I think in 1937 there were no less than 18 aerialist acts that were wintering in Bloomington. In fact, Colton Avenue on the east side of Bloomington was called Trapeze Terrace because there were so many circus families living there during the colder months of the year. So at the YMCA, where the statue will be located, or at the old location, was a meeting ground of these veteran performers that could continue to practice during the colder months, right? But they were also guiding younger folk in the community that had aspirations, right, for a career under the big top, and they could be guided and mentored by these folks. But let's not forget also Illinois State Normal University and Dr. Clifford Pop Horton, who comes in the 1920s, establishes a normal chapter of Gamma Phi, and we have a college-based circus. And those folks are also participating in the practicing at the Y, acrobatic routines, and also trapeze routines as well. And every year, for many years, there'd be a 3-day circus festival held at the Y, which included a mix of all of these folks here. And I think an artwork commemorating this site and the people that dedicated their lives to entertaining others is very appropriate.
My name is Maureen Brunsdell. I'm a Special Collections Librarian at Illinois State University's Milner Library, where I oversee 4 collections, none of which is more unique or endearing than the Circus and Allied Arts collection. In that collection we have the Ringling Archive, which spans from 1884, when they started their first circus, all the way through the 1920s with gaps in between. Not continuous, I should say. We have correspondence. We have over 10,000 Kodachrome slides capturing circuses from the late 1930s all the way through the 1960s. We have glass plate negatives. We have every form of photograph that you can think of, imaginable. We have over 1,000 pieces of a wardrobe spanning from 1889 to the 1980s on all sorts of different shows, both vaudeville shows and circuses. We have contracts, we have correspondence, we have letterhead, we have posters, over 13,000 posters, and poster art, which was the thing that was brought to circus owners to say, hey, do you like this design? Do you want us to go with yellow letters or red letters? That kind of thing. It's a marvelous collection that I'm lucky enough to interact with every day.
Bloomington's rich history with the circus, I became aware of that when I became a student, when I went to school here in undergrad 30, 40 years ago. And that was really exciting to find out about that through my exploration of the special collections and the art floor at the library. I got a real taste of what that was, and that really was quite exciting. And it actually kind of drove my work at that point, because I was interested in movement and dance as expressed in my work. And so when I was originally approached by this, it coincided with the fact that my daughter was actually at ISU and starting into the circus as well. So it's the second generation. So it was really exciting to put my hand into this, and I thought it was important to. The more I learned about this, I thought it was important to memorialize that history, and that's what we're really trying to do is bring awareness to the community and to the visitors to here of that history.